Greetings of the day, students. Hope you all are doing good. So I am again your host and host Pulkit Agarwal, and basically I will be completing the real numbers, the first chapter in class 10 CBSE. Okay, today will be the last day, and then I will be moving towards the Hindi version. Okay, like I have taught you English over here, then I will move to the Hindi language. I will be teaching fully in Hindi. The concept will always be written in English over here, but the language will be fully in Hindi. Like I will be teaching you rational numbers Hindi में, their decimal expression Hindi में, everything will be in Hindi. So as we have completed the major crunch of the chapter, now we'll be moving towards the ending part. The question from this part, the fourth part, will definitely come in your exam. One question is mandatory from here. Okay, one question is mandatory from this part that prove that it is a rational number, and the other part is from here. Okay, so moving on further, we in the last video have completed the concept that how to differentiate a rational number and irrational number. Let's get a quick recap. Okay, now what do you mean by rational number? First, it should be terminating. What do you mean by terminating? Please recall it. Then, if the number is non-terminating, okay, many students have been taught this that non-terminating numbers are not rational numbers. Many students in my life also, when I was a student, non-terminating number, they considered that this is not a rational number. But this actually is not so the case. Okay. Non-terminating has two concepts. Non-terminating has two concepts. That is recurring and non-recurring. Okay. This you have to look into the picture. Now, I only believe in one thing, that the concepts should be clear. If a student has a good concept and a good catch over the videos, good catch over the concepts that should be taught by a teacher, is the most important role of the educator. Like if a student says in front of the teacher that non-terminating numbers are rational numbers, and if that teacher responds as correct, or he or she is not in the atmosphere of teaching, then he or she should not answer. Like I also have this case. Like sometimes what do the student do? Sir, ye sahi hai. So if I am into something, I tell them, please show me the full scenario, then go on asking me, is this right or wrong? Don't ask me just right or wrong. Okay, in case if I am not in the mood or anything, it could happen. Obviously I am a person only, so I can respond in a way which would be incorrect. So always be sure that whatever you are asking, it should be elaborated. Like if I am asking what is the meaning of zeal in English, okay, now if you notice things, English teacher would always respond like, Pulkit, please give me a good sentence out of it, then I can tell you the meaning of it. Sometimes, okay, obviously the English teacher should know the word of zeal, what is the meaning, but yeah, he is also a person, he is also a person, may or may not he or she doesn't heard the word zeal. Okay, so zeal means enthusiastic. Okay, now I am knowing it. But sometimes if I tell you what is this, now a student may do a mistake. It is read also, it is read also. Now the sentence will depend, it is present tense or past tense. So always consider the whole scenario and then go for the answer. And the student should also have this responsibility to check it out. Okay, now if you want to do it blindly, the world goes on like blind. If you want to go on blind, you can go, no issues. But somewhere you will be stopped and you will be interrogated. Okay, दैट टाइम विल बी लाइक, सर मेरा फ्रेंड का नंबर तो फुल आया, मैंने भी वही आंसर लिखा, मेरा क्यों गलत आया? क्योंकि ये पास्ट और प्रेजेंट में ही उसने मार खा गया. द पास्ट एंड प्रेजेंट वाज द क्रंच एंड यू डिडंट अंडरस्टैंड दिस. So this will create an issue. Zeal word is very enthusiastically happy. Okay, like if you use a incorrect sentence, it will be waste of time or it will be waste of the knowledge. So you have to be prepared with where to use, how to use, when to use, and this will create an issue with the students also. So if you are very much aware of the word and you know the meaning and you know how to put it, that will always be the most important matter. In mathematics also, if you are wrong with the concept, like a student said me, sir, mathematics is practical, it is not at all theoretical. Many of them had said, and in childhood also, I also studied like this only. But if I ask a student, make a rectangle, then what will come in his mind? The opposite side equal hona chahiye. the opposite side should be equal. So what is this? This is a definition of a rectangle. So you are knowing the definition, then only you can sculpt it. So that is why if you are not knowing rational number and irrational number, the definition, then you will not sculpt it. Okay. So the first thing is terminating for rational. If it is non-terminating but recurring, then it goes into the heads of rational number. But if it is non-terminating and non-recurring, then it goes to the concept of irrational number. So always remember how to proceed with the question. Moving on further with the solution. There will be two types of things dealing in this video. The one thing will be like convert the recurring into fractions. This will be the most important thing over here, and nothing else. This will be the main thing. Like a teacher may ask you, is this a rational number or irrational number? So take 3125. Take 3125. You will only be dealing with the denominator, no looking up in the numerator. Numerator is of least bothered thing over here in all the 10 sums. So divide it 5, 625, 5, 125, 5, 25, 5, 5, 1. So if you have any of this factor in the denominator, and other than that there are no factors. Other than that there are no factors. There are only factors of 2 and 5 and their multiples. 25, 625, 40, 80, 100, 160, 320. These are all the elements of 2 to the power m into 5 to the power n. If you have any kind of these denominators, they are terminating and rational. Okay, like if you see over here 455. 455, if you divide it, it becomes as 591. Now this becomes as 7, 13, 13, 1. So you have other than 5 and 2, 7 and 13. That means it is non-terminating. It is non-terminating. Now it will be recurring or non-recurring. Many of them would be saying repeating decimals or non-repeating decimals. Then we have to look over it. So the question says, without actually performing the long division, state whether the following rational numbers will have a terminating decimal expansion or a non-terminating repeating. So non-terminating repeating, what do you mean by that? Is it repeating by the time every time, or you can say each and every time, like this? If you get an answer like this, 0.33333, so this is known as non-terminating repeating decimal. So you can write this as 0.3, 0.3. These are the two ways to write a recurring. Now if the recurring is like this, 0.3434, okay, so the answer will be 0.34 dash. 0.34 dash. Now if you say the answer is like this, see over here this 0.1428571. Now again it is this, so you can draw this line also. You can write it like this also. This will always signify that they fully are repeating. Okay, you can hear it in this case also. You can see the examples over here. There is nothing new to explain over here. These are all the concepts of the previous class. So I'm just brushing you up with the main concepts, main crunch over here. Okay, so moving on further with the sums. If you want to look over here, like if you see over here, see this one. In the denominator, you have what? 2 to the power 4 into 5. That means they are into the terminating part. So, okay, you don't have to work for it. Now, see, there is a theorem over here. Let x be a rational number whose decimal expansion terminates. Then x can be expressed in the form of p by q, where p and q are co-prime and the prime factors of p and q are this. So, that means the thing I said, that denominator should have only this thing to make it a terminating one. There is a proof out of it. So obviously the proof will not be asked to you. So I will just be saying that if it is a proof, that means it has been proven. So this is applicable in your concepts. So this is actually a truth, a denomination which you have to learn. If you want to go into the proof that how does it appear to you, then you can go with the proof over here given in the book. You don't have to mug up with another proof so that you look unique. Okay, the theorem should not be looked upon like that to make yourself unique. Moving on further, See over here. Example, theorem number 1.7. Let x equals to p by q, where p and q are co-primes, be a rational number such that the prime factorization of q is not in the form of this, where n, m, a are non-negative integers, thus this. So they are saying if this is a number 1 by 3, see they have written be a rational number such that the prime factorization of q is not of the form this. If this is not of the form this, then this can be applicable, and if you look over this answer, this is 0.3 recurring. Okay, so this is not of the form this, but still it is a rational number. So that I was explaining in the starting. If you look over here, if the terminating part is not applicable, we look into the non-terminating. It will be yes or a no. If it is terminating, it is terminating. Otherwise, it will be non-terminating. Now, non-terminating will have two cases, recurring and non-recurring. So, if it is recurring, it is still a rational number. But if it is not recurring, it is a non-recurring part. Then it goes towards the irrational case. That is what this theorem expandedly says. Okay. So, if you want to look into the question, see over here it is written. From the discussion above, we can conclude that the decimal expansion of every rational number is either terminating or non-terminating repeating. Again, non-terminating repeating. So, it has conditionally said you it is non-terminating repeating. That means there are two cases of being a rational number, terminating and non-terminating repeating. What is irrational number? Non-terminating, non-repeating. Okay, make a rule thumb out of it. Non-terminating repeating is rational, non-terminating non-repeating is irrational. So non-terminating numbers can be a rational number. So there could be a question 1 marks out of it. True, false, maybe none of these. Okay. If a teacher asks you a non-terminating number is a rational number, true, false, maybe none of these. So if this is a question, answer can be maybe. But if a teacher says non-terminating numbers cannot be a rational number, false. Non-terminating number can be a rational number, true. Non-terminating number is a rational number, maybe. Why? All non-terminating number are not rational numbers. Okay, mind this. So the language will tell you what is the importance of the question. Okay, if the question is strictly saying non-terminating number is a rational number, only false. Only irrational numbers, again false. Maybe non-terminating numbers can be a rational number, true. So you have to always read the question properly. I think so. R.S. Agarwal NCERT gives you MCQ in the end. I think so. No, they don't give you MCQ. R.S. Agarwal gives you MCQ over here. So you should look into R.S. Agarwal for this MCQs. This question will mandatory be there. Non-terminating numbers are always rational numbers. True, false, maybe none of these. Okay. So you can solve these all the terms by looking into the denominators. Moving on further, there is one more part left out. What we will do, like question says 0.323232. Make it a P by Q form. This is your question. Okay. So the first of all thing is that the question can be written like this. The question can be given like this. The question can be given like this. Okay. So there are many cases which I will be dealing with the answers. Okay. The first case is over here. And the most simplest is 0.3 recurring. Means one number recurring only. Okay. We will deal with everything. So we take this as x. Okay. Now 100x. Why? If you are getting two concepts directly decimal place, okay, two recurring place, okay, then you directly multiply with 100. If you get only one, you multiply it with 10. If you get 3, you multiply it with 1000. Okay, this is the most simplest part. Like 0 point number. All these are recurring. Then multiply it by 1000. If it goes with 6, then multiply it with 10 lakhs. I think so, 10 lakhs. Yeah, 10 lakhs, 1 million. Okay, so if you multiply it by 100, this becomes 32.32. Now student may say, sir, there is only this much numbers. No, it is recurring. Na? What do you mean by recurring? Continuously having the same procedure. Now, what is x? 0.3232. So, what is the agenda for solving this sum, this type of sum in this way? Because this whole part becomes the same. So, if I subtract it, this becomes 99x equals to 32. So, x equals to 32 by 99. This will be your fraction. Now, if you are eager to solve it, go for it. If I would be a student and somebody would be teaching me like this, I would go at home. जितने भी मेरे सारे क्वेश्चन के आंसर आते हैं और बुक के पीछे भी आंसर करेक्ट होते हैं, if all the answers behind the books are correct, and I'm happy, but I will be very happy when I will take each and every sum, I will solve again and reach at this step. Why? This will give me a confidence that the teacher who taught me is correct, the concept which I built it is correct, I got the reverse answer from the question, that is also a superb thing. So in exam hall, if I am attempting 90 and if I have the chance to see all the 90 from the back calculation and each and every arrives with the direct question given in the question paper, that means I am secured with 90. I am confident enough that if my paper goes at any hand, I will get 90 or 89, 88. You can say with a stupid careless mistake, or you can say with the handwriting problem. Okay, writing way problem. Now, if your writing is good and every answer comes backfire with the question, checking up 90 by 90. So, if the student gets so much of confidence in the childhood age, then this will be a flying color results for every time. And make sure every concept has this proof backup in mathematics. Till class 10, I know every backup. Till 12, I go for 90% of the backup. Okay. Moving on further, you always have a backup for every answer. So try to find the backups. And this should be coming out of your curiosity. This should not be coming out teacher saying that do it. No. Should inside. It should come from inside. Moving on further, point 3 recurring, the easy one. X equals to 0.3 recurring. Okay, x is taken by me. So if I remove this recurring, what will I write? 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. So what will I do? I will multiply it by 10. So this becomes as 3.33. So if you subtract it, this becomes as 9x equals to 3. So what is the value of x? 3 by 9. That is equals to 1 by 3. So if you want to check 1 by 3 value, you will get 0.3 recurring. This is your homework for the student who wants to do it. Okay, moving on further, I will not be dealing with the third case. I will be dealing with some different. If I get the sum over here in the book, that will be a much of help for me. Let me see over here. Is there a question like this? Let me think of my x equals to 0.324324. Okay, so the recurring is only over here. So how will I write it? I can write it like this. So for this you have to do 3.242424. Okay. Now 1000x will be 324.242424. So writing 10x at below, this becomes as 3.2424. Subtracting the whole thing. So agenda over here becomes as end में 2424 होना चाहिए. So this becomes as 990x is equals to 321. So x is equals to 321 by 990. So this becomes as 107 by 330. So obviously you would be thinking, where did I got this sum? Okay, you can make any sums out of it and the answer will definitely be correct. Okay, just you have to be confident enough what are you doing. The recurring may be any way, you just have to abide by the law. Okay, so what did I do over here? I did this thing. Like दो recurring है, so you have to bring 1010 to make it the concept of recurring wala way, that the after decimal values are equal. So this is for today's chapter. Moving on further, we'll be meeting you for the next part in the Hindi version, and then I will be solving for the next chapter. So till then, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe it to the needy ones and your friends who are dealing a problem in mathematics. Okay, I will be there for you if any time, any portion you have a doubt related to anything. You can obviously put it in the comment box. I will be happy to help you. तब तक के लिए good night. Have a great day.